Hey everyone, it's Jess from Compostcultura. I am here with Joe, the owner of Keeper of the Grumper. Also, another one, Data Destruction is the other. It's a local business here in Tucson, Arizona, and he has a super awesome, amazing business that totally reduces trash and just helps keep a lot of electronics out of landfills. So, if you want to tell me a little bit more about what you guys do here.
Okay, we have two entities. As she said, we have Keeper of the Grumper Foundation, which is a nonprofit 501(c). People can bring in their electronics and actually take a tax deduction. And we don't charge people anything. So what happens is we don't take the big appliances, but we take almost everything else. And we make sure that those don't hit landfills. We sell what we can after we restore them, rehab them. People can get all their data erased off their computers. If their phones, we just make sure they're destroyed, and they don't end up in any people that we wouldn't want them to go to. Mm-hmm. But they end up in recycling. There's two branches of recycling. One is going to be reuse, restore. The other side is going to be destruction and actually smelting the materials. And then from there, they pull the various materials out, everything from oil, from plastics, all the way up to, what do they call it, rare earth metals. Mm-hmm. And we see that in the magnets in particular and hard drives. So that's one side of the business. And we do this to help with youth leadership programs. We have 3 franchises in the U.S. We're 6 years old. We are hoping to open up another franchise in Austin, Texas. The first one was here in Tucson. The second one was in Dallas, Texas. The third one is in Scottsdale. And the fourth one we hope to later this year be in Austin as we slowly move throughout the United States, supporting youth and keeping everything out of landfills. I would gather that we probably keep tens of thousands of pounds of electronics out of landfills every year.
That's awesome. So I'm so interested in the destruction process. Like, I love that you guys reuse, fix and reuse some of the stuff. I'd like to get more details about that, but I'd love to hear about the destruction aspect first.
The destruction aspect, you mean on the data destruction side?
Do you destruct or physically destroy physical TVs, electronics, phones, other things like that?
We destroy tablets and phones largely because they have a locking mechanism. When you have a cell phone, for instance, this is a Microsoft iPhone. Mm-hmm. Okay, Microsoft iPhone. If someone were to steal this phone, they would need the codes to be able to use it again. Mm-hmm. And what Apple did when they did that is demonetize theft. Mm-hmm. Because people were stealing these things right and left. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what happens with these, because they're locked, unless they're unlocked by the owner of the phone, if they hand us a locked phone, we have to pull it apart, mm-hmm. pull out the batteries, and then on my side of the fence, which is data destruction, I have to run it through a grinder, and it turns it into little 2-millimeter pieces.
A physical grinder that grinds up the phones.
It grinds up the phone.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't grind up the glass. I have to dispose of that elsewhere, but that can be recyclable.
Okay, so how do you dispose of the glass?
The glass is basically, we hold all the glass and we send it to an R2V3 recycler, and that's a very high designation. Mm-hmm. And basically they sort it and they make money on that. So
with the recycled glass.
Recycled glass. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's kind of a neat thing. It's a different thing mm-hmm. in electronics.
Oh yeah, there's just so many things that people throw in their trash.
Oh yeah.
And don't take it to a place, because there are businesses out there. I know of another one. I don't remember their name, but there was one here about 10 years ago that I would take my electronics to. Mm-hmm. And there was sometimes where they wouldn't accept it. So it was a little bit, sometimes you just don't know what to do with all of the things that you want to throw away.
You don't. Like, what happens if you have a bread mixer that's not working?
Yeah.
What do you do with
Or
it?
a microwave?
A
Or
microwave. No, we take the microwave.
do you take ovens and fridges and...
Not whole ovens. And
Okay.
No,
What are the
we're
electronic...
a small shop. We're a small shop.
What are the electronic appliances or products per se that you
I
take?
tell you, we take the TVs.
Okay.
And we're one of the few who don't charge for it, from my understanding.
Yeah.
So it's we take those and we process those at the Grumper. Don't charge anything for it, because what we found is if we charge $20
Mm-hmm.
to recycle it, people just throw them in the dumpster.
Okay.
That was their response on the phone. You charge us? I'll just throw it in the dumpster.
Oh my God.
It kind of took us away from our mission.
Yeah.
You know, and the data destruction side only exists because people brought whole computers with their data on it.
Mm-hmm.
And at that point, it was just a huge liability to me.
Okay.
And I said, I can't allow people to do this.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to create a separate side of the business, which just deals in data destruction, either paper
Mm-hmm.
or electronics.
Mm-hmm.
And so we typically deal mostly with government. Because
Okay.
they're large processors of electronics, and they need people with my kind of certifications to take care of them.
What kind of certifications do you have?
I have a NAID AAA certification. I also carry an R2V3 certification, which is ISO certified at 4001, 9001, 4th, and 12001.
What do those
ISOs.
mean?
It means the physical, I'm allowed to physically, I am certified to physically destroy stuff.
Okay.
And basically it gives, I have to live up to their standards. I have to live by getting audited twice a year at a minimum. If I bring in 100 pounds of recycled material, I have to account for it.
Okay.
Everything is serialized when it comes to data destruction.
Mm-hmm.
That is a very high certification, and most people have to pay for a certificate of destruction on that side. It's a for-profit business.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas Keeper of the Grumper is just very happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nonprofit, and it doesn't offer those certifications. But if people call to have something certified over there, we'll take care of it for them.
Okay, that's lovely. So what are the things that you normally take in, and how do you resell them? And
Okay.
where do you resell them?
So we sell them on eBay,
Okay.
strangely enough, and to the public.
Okay.
People will call us just out of the blue and say, "Can we pick up all your TVs
Yeah.
that are working?" Sure. And if you want to pull them apart and use them again and stuff like that, yeah, it's the big thing is to keep it going.
Yeah. What's your resale value of the TVs?
TVs, I'm thinking we get maybe $5 at the most.
Yeah.
On a TV, at the most.
Yeah.
Because typically they'll come with a cracked screen or something. They're kind of working. They have scratches. They look like they've been on the ground way too long.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, what are those games where everybody's walking around with those big goggles on their head?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of broken screens during those days.
I love that. Are you able to show me some of the part of your shop where you do the recycling and resell?
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go. Recycling this way.
So, as you can see in here, we take in TVs. Look at the size of this bad boy.
Yeah. Looks like an old style TV too. It's a
Yeah.
Sony.
And
Cool.
you see over here a microwave. You know.
This is a microwave?
That's an actual.
Oh yeah, because it's to the side.
Yeah.
Wow.
So take a look at that. And then what they do is you can see where stuff that they have to recycle is like stuff in here.
Mm-hmm.
You have batteries, lithium-ion batteries. You've got various electronics, power supplies, electrical cords.
Oh wow.
You've got RAM. You've got phones
Mm-hmm.
that all have to be recycled. You've got APCs, where big power units, big battery powered units. This would be various electronics like you would see in, say, Cox cable boxes. These are just motherboards and things of that nature which are broken.
Mm-hmm.
These are tablets which are locked. All those have to be recycled. So, and then you get to, without going into it too much, I can take, this is, over here is where we process things. So that's where they go on eBay and things like that. But if you follow me this way, we can recycle printers, old typewriters.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so cool. Yeah.
we have reel-to-reel. We have old VHS 8-track players. We have Keurigs. We have all this stuff, as you can imagine. It's just great stuff.
Yeah, it really is.
You got an espresso maker.
I know, this is all in you have a record player.
Record player.
Wow, and some great headphones and a radio. And are these functional?
Yes, they're all tested.
This is all available for sale on your eBay channel or in person?
Yeah.
Okay. What is your eBay channel? Or
The eBay is simply Keeper of the Grumper.
Okay.
That's how you find it. Yeah. We have we'll give you a card that we use for people's donations.
Okay.
So you can take a look at that. And then over here would be, we call this our catch-all room because it is just filled with catch-all. Those are actually everything from DVDs, VHSs,
Wow.
sound equipment.
This is awesome.
It's all in there.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah, this is fun. I have a VHS player and DVD player. I don't have cable. I just sometimes turn it on with
This
those.
is just sound system stuff. All of this in here is more sound equipment that comes in. The far wall is the good APCs, the one that are used for battery backup. And then of course you've got various other equipment that comes in. It all gets categorized and we put it in the right area. And then you'll come back here and we have about 2,000 square feet of storage that way, but that's largely monitors, like this whole room. Take a look at this. That's just
Wow.
monitors.
Yeah, just TV
And they're
monitors.
all tested. We sell those for a couple bucks sometimes.
Wow.
People come in and they pick them up by the hundreds.
Uh-huh.
So that's a thing that happens. Over here would be just boxes of electronics. Over here is going to be, I believe, more monitors down this way. And let's see what's in here. More monitors. And then we have, this used to be filled to the ceiling. These are actual switches.
Oh, wow.
So switches are used to take a signal and split it out into many signals.
Okay.
And they can be managed switches or just plain worker switches.
And you're talking about internet or
Internet.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is kind of, this is a very nice unit. I love Fortinet. Takes one signal in and splits it that way, all the way across.
To many different signals.
Many
So
different
16 different ones.
Yeah. And it depends on how big a bandwidth you're bringing in. It could be, a gig.
Uh-huh.
And here, these are computers that we have just restored.
Okay. And they all work.
They all work.
Do you have a labeling system that says that this has been tested and
Yeah, I believe so. If not this side, on the other side.
Okay.
So in here, this is our testing area. So computers come in here, and then as you see, they have all the components here to rebuild everything.
Yeah.
So we completely restore them. And then when so I think those in the hall are the ones to be worked on.
Okay.
And then over here, this is where we store those units. So these are just computers that we've recently restored. Okay. And they have a label that tells you exactly what's in the computer. So this would be an i5, 5th generation. This is an i3. Usually the ones we really like are i7, i9s. But we do the best we can. That's an i9. 9th generation. So it's what we do.
Lovely.
Yeah. And this is our shipping department over here. So, as you can imagine, we have boxes and boxes and boxes of stuff. And we recycle boxes as best we can.
Yeah.
And then it basically, things get, by the morning, typically our boxes are to the ceiling. And they go out the hallway. And then we take then a UPS vehicle comes by and we load up his vehicle.
You have something set up with UPS for
Absolutely.
delivery, pickup.
Yeah, you have to.
Yes.
So all of this area here will be, these I think are ready to go. And all of this stuff is ready to go too. It's all been tested and ready to go. Pretty
Lovely.
much.
So you say that you keep out about 10,000 to 15,000 pounds of electronics?
I think tens of thousands of pounds.
Tens of thousands of
What
pounds.
do you think, Louise?
Yeah.
Hi, Luis. This is Luis here. We talked earlier. You're live on camera.
Now he's
That's
embarrassed.
gonna be,
No.
Yeah, 10,000, yeah. A month.
Of pounds?
Of pounds, yeah.
Yeah.
A month.
Let me show you.
Like over 50.
Oh, wow.
Let me show you this. Now, you saw how clean this office
Yes.
is, right? Let me show you where all this stuff goes before it heads out.
Okay, let's see it. Whoa, look at this TV. So cool. Looks like you got a little burr right here.
So in the back parking lot, we keep Connex buildings. Connex buildings are those things you see on railroad cars or on big ships in the ocean. So we pick up Connex buildings, and we have presently 6 Connex buildings in the parking lot, and they're all full. So what happens is every 2 weeks, a tractor trailer comes here and empties one of these Connex buildings.
Oh, wow.
So in a week, we get sometimes enough to finish an entire Connex building, sometimes more.
These are the Connex buildings that you're talking about? What did they take them to?
They basically, we empty them out, we sort everything for the recycler.
Okay.
So it makes their job easier.
Yeah.
And then we have a forklift, which we own, comes in, stacks it all up here, lift it up, put it in a great big tractor trailer.
Wow.
And they can take up to 40,000 pounds each time.
So who is your recycler?
It depends on, we have people in Phoenix, for instance, like Broadway Metals.
Okay.
They're very good. We have a couple of others in California. It depends on pricing.
Okay.
But they bid a little bit, and you only get paid maybe a couple cents a pound.
Okay.
So it depends on the type of recycled material. Some are more expensive than others.
And it's different parts of metals within electronics that they'll take.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you able to open one of these?
I can try.
Let's see.
Now, for your video footage, do you want to see the destruction?
Yes, yeah, I would love to.
Did you want to drive?
I would love to drive it, yes. Can I destruct anything with it?
I can get you the keys now. And
Okay.
we can go play with it.
Okay.
This vehicle right here is about $18,500. 500-pound vehicle, 18,500 pounds.
Okay.
It handles 8,000 pounds of paper. So essentially, this is she's brand new.
Oh, wow.
And this is where, on this side, this is where we load the paper. So an arm comes out here, conveyor here, comes down here, picks up a 95-gallon bin of paper,
Okay.
and dumps it up top into a bin. And then it grinds it up using the engine
Okay.
and shoots it out this way,
Outside.
out in here.
Okay.
It all stays nice, so that nothing gets away. Nothing flies away.
Are there any fumes that are built from it?
No, there's some paper dust,
Yeah.
so you have to be kind of careful with that.
So what do you do with the paper dust afterwards?
Well, what happens is we take it to a local recycler like Friedman.
Okay.
And Friedman, we have a moving floor in here, and it just pushes it all out onto the floor.
Mm-hmm.
You weigh your truck in when you come in, and weigh it on the way out. That's it.
That's simple.
Simple. And then they send you a check for cents on the dollar.
Yeah.
Cents on the pound.
Okay.
You know. And then in here we have a hard drive destroyer. All the hard drives go in here using the same kind of engine, and it just 2,200 pounds of forest.
Just grinding it up. And what does it turn into? Electronic dust?
Parts. It looks
Okay.
like parts. The stuff we have to do for things like M2s or any of the really new, which we would call hard drives, it's turned to almost dust.
Okay.
We have a separate grinder for that.
And what do you do with the end results of those electronics?
We sell those to a smelter.
And they smelt it to...
So they pull out all the precious metals,
Mm-hmm.
the rare earth metals, the anything else they want,
Mm-hmm.
the gold, the silver, whatever they want.
And what do they do with that? They make different products with it?
They probably sell it for retail
Okay.
or wholesale.
Yeah.
Whatever their business is. My business is to make sure that it's completely destroyed.
Okay.
And so everything that I do on this side of the operation is certified.
Yeah,
And it has to be.
of course.
Because the government entrusts me, a number of people trust me. That's the way it has to be. It has to be certified at every step.
Wow, I love that.
It is. So let me get you some car keys and maybe a Connex key.
Okay.
Every truck has a name.
What was the reasoning behind cinnamon?
Do I have to tell you on film?
Well, I can turn it off if you'd like. I'll just turn it to me.
Okay. No. Once upon a time, I was at a bank and I was doing a thing for scouting. I had done a big fundraiser. Week after week, I came into the bank with lots of money.
Yeah.
1s, 5s, 10s, 20. And I had my assistant with me, and the bank teller said, "Mr. Riley, you're bringing in a lot of cash. What's your side hustle?" And over my shoulder, she says, "His stage name is Cinnamon." I had nowhere to go.
I love that.
I had nowhere to go. So thereeafter, one of my nicknames, Cinnamon.
That's lovely. I love that. Okay, well, I'll be right out here waiting for the keys. I was gonna do a little talking. So this was a building that I drove by, and I was like, Keeper of the Grumper, what is that? So I did my research, and I'm like, these guys are amazing. They do reuse, recycle. I don't remember what the slogan is. What is the slogan that you guys have, Joe? Reuse, recycle.
Restore.
Restore. There we go. So I was thinking that's kind of what I practice in my life. That's what I promote in my business, and that's what I do the best to my ability within this modern time, working in healthcare and, liking materialistic things and living kind of the best way to be eco-friendly. I always promote for secondhand, recycling, everything as much as possible, finding local businesses, starting your own business to start reducing your trash in general. And this is a really great model of a business that does that. So I'm super grateful that the owner, Joe, here. What was your last name again?
Riley.
Riley. Joe Riley. Welcome me in. My car got a flat tire. So I was taking it to Discount Tires, and I was like, well, I've been meaning to go there, so I'm just going to drop my car off to get the tire fixed and then come here and see if they can do an interview with me. And they did. So back in the beautiful office.
This one may have the forklift in it, so we'll try this one.
Okay.
Try another one.
Oh, wow. And you fill these one end to this end.
one end to this end.
About how many feet is this?
This is 40 feet. And this will be about 10,000 pounds.
10,000 pounds of electronics that you guys organize and send to a different company that will recycle it.
Yeah. And that's the way it all works. All of these things are filled up like that. Mm-hmm. It's just kind of fun.
Yeah. Okay, let's get this. Let's see if I can start this thing. Do you drive this? Do you recycle stuff while driving it?
No, but there are vehicles out there that do.
Oh, okay.
I typically will pull up and recycle in front of people.
Okay. It's for me to step in. Ooh, how fun. Okay, whoa. I'm gonna set my camera up here. I get to sit in this lovely truck. It's brand new, you said?
Brand new. Go ahead and turn, okay?
Whoa. Whoa.
So, do you want me to stand up there or get inside beside you?
Okay, you want to stand up on the side of the truck?
You're just gonna back it
saw,
up.
I saw there was some blocks behind the tires.
Yeah, we need to move those. Or else you wouldn't go very far.
No, I don't think I would.
But you could move up.
Okay, let me go forward. So I'm
right,
gonna put
let me
drive.
see if there's any blocks in front. We have blocks in front.
Okay. 6:50 p.m. Look at this. It has so much lovely. It's like a camera or a TV. I don't know what that is, but I guess this is the way it's that you reverse and drive and neutral. I don't know. First time driving one of these trucks, and I wasn't even planning on coming here to even drive. I didn't even know there was a truck here. So here comes Joe.
So
This was definitely not part of my plan to do this, which I'm super happy about.
yeah, I think it's. Is there something you want me to do?
Whatever you want to do.
All right. So, first thing you're going to do is take off the parking brake. It says pull to apply and push. So push it in. Just go ahead and push it in.
Push it in.
All the way. Good.
And then what? That's it?
That's it. Now hit the R.
Oh, wait, this is the camera to look back. Wow. Wow, I can't even see behind me.
No, you can't. You have to trust what you're seeing. All right, give it a forward go now.
Okay. Doing the D.
Yeah.
6 is okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to take it very far. This is as far as it's going to go. Does it beep that entire time, or is it because of the parking?
Because you got a parking brake on.
Okay.
That's all right. All right, now pull your parking brake up.
That's about as all I'm going to do.
Okay, you can turn it off now.
Okay. Wow. That was so fun. Can I see inside the truck?
We actually have a camera in the back, but I can't open it up right now. I don't have all the keys.
Okay, absolutely fine.
All right.
Another time, maybe.
Another time.
Let's put this key out. Wow.
So my truck driver is a 23-year-old young woman who I raised in scouting.
Oh, wow.
She actually purchased this vehicle.
Okay.
It's the first time she'd ever purchased a vehicle. Part of working with scouts is doing power.
Yeah.
This is a great big closet. Everything from back here to there holds 8,000 pounds.
8,000 pounds of paper. Wow. That's amazing. Okay, so can you tell us where we can find you?
Yes.
Or where we can find this business to recycle electronics and...
This business is located on the northwest corner of First Avenue in Fort Holt.
Okay.
Our address is 3219 through 3233. It's First Avenue.
in Tucson, Arizona.
Tucson, Arizona.
But this isn't the only location you have. Your location in
And
Scottsdale.
The Grumper in particular, the nonprofit side of this, has a franchise, 2 franchises, one in Scottsdale, the other one in Dallas, Texas.
Okay.
And if all goes well, we'll have
And one in
another
Austin. Lovely.
And the idea is to grow a couple stores every year afterwards,
I love that.
until we can spread across the country.
That's amazing. So I'll have the link in the description. Keeper of the Grumper, and also data destruction. If you have any more questions or any kind of more ideas of how we can reduce our trash, how we can appropriately recycle things that we don't want anymore, this is an option that you have. You can definitely look up in your community what businesses that you have available to you. Also on government websites to see how they can help you. We have a lot of that throughout the U.S. Does the government list you as a resource to dispose of electronics?
I'm not sure if they do or not. We're on the SERI website, SERI, and they have various locations throughout the United States that you can use. But we're one of the few that's here in Tucson with that kind of certification.
Okay.
And that's on data destruction. Keeper of the Grumper is just a good old group.
I love that.
They're nonprofit side.
Well, Joe, thank you so much for your time, and thank you for welcoming me into your business, and I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll be in touch soon.
Maybe you'll make a truck driver.
Oh, wow. Okay.